Is your plants looking this sad as well? It gets some orange yellowing leaves. It lost all the other leaves. It has some brown, really mushy roots. It's definitely not stable in its pot anymore. If so, then you are dealing with root rot. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a UK houseplant creator with over 150 houseplants in my 1-bedroom flat in London. I also run another plant swap which is connecting plant lovers all over the UK. Today we are going to tackle a very common issue, which is root rot, but in pon. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to treat and sterilize the pon, how I'm going to treat the plant, my beautiful Anthurium Queen of Hearts, and I'm so sad about it. If you're interested in that, then keep on watching and let's fix it. So this is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts, which I purchased back in January. And I thought, because it was quite cold and shipped, and even it was great shipping, it was here the next day. I was not at home, I was overseas. So I couldn't pay close attention to her. And I thought all the dying leaves were due to stress and me not being there, paying close attention and just, you know, leave her be. Yeah, so until I saw this mess. And then I looked closer into the pot, which as you see, those roots, look at that. Yeah, no, those are dead. How can you spot root rot? Obviously, the smell. It smells horrendous. Then you have all of the roots are super mushy and you just can pull them off and they are black and dark brown. And of course, it can't support itself anymore. Why did that happen? Root rot was caused, in this case, that I used the wrong substrate. I used a fine pon substrate instead of the coarse one, which means not enough oxygen coming to the roots. That kept them waterlogged and then they died off. And the pot was way too big, but I didn't have any pot at the time. I was like, nah, it's fine. No, it's not. We're going to pull her out of the pot, which should be pretty easy because she is basically already falling out of the pot. We are cutting away all of the rot and we see how far the rot progressed. And then I'm going to treat her with my magic solution of a water and hydrogen peroxide mix. It works with magic. This stuff is amazing. If you have soil and fungus gnats and you water them, they're dead. It kills everything. While she is soaking in hydrogen peroxide, I did a little Instagram Q&A and I'm going to answer those planty questions. Right, so I got a table out to show you how I treat this sad one. But first, I want to show you an example of healthy roots. My Anthurium red crystallinum X luxurians, which is an absolute beautiful hybrid. Pollinated her with a variegated puppy. You can see how beautiful those roots are. Look at this one. They are like light green color, quite fluffy, super, super healthy. What you need to treat root rot in pon is cup. It can be any kind of cup where we're going to put our water and hydrogen peroxide solution in and let it soak for a bit. Then we need some scissors and some disinfectant to disinfect your scissor. Of course, hydrogen peroxide. She is so sad. And I don't think, I'm just... Yeah. We're going to put this one back for now and sterilize it in a bit. This is what we have to deal with. The stem looks okay, but we're going to cut away all of the rest of it. First we need to disinfect our scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically cutting everything dark off. I will check with my hands as well, like there's so much I just can pull off. Look how easy I can pull that. So like I can see there is some soil residue left on my hands when I pull off the roots. So it definitely was too moist. It was probably a combination of everything, from having the wrong substrate, not removing the soil fully. Lots of rookie mistakes I made, but hey, we're going to fix it. There is not much left. But I'm going to cut off those little bits, and I'm going to scrape off the dark parts on the stem to see if the stem is rotted as well. That makes me so sad. Important is we're going to check if there is any dark spots, if the stem is soft. That video wasn't planned today, but well, here I am. This is what it looks like now. Most of it is scraped off. The stem is not affected. So I cut off all of the roots. We have some green ones here. So we're going to soak it now, and then we're going to repot her back. What we're going to do with the Anthurium Drama Green of Hearts, I'm going to use some filtered tap water. Not too much. I cannot give you the exact measurement of how much hydrogen peroxide I use. I just chuck some in. But normally how I measure it is I have some filtered water. I'm going to put the Anthurium or your plant with the rot into the water, and then we're going to add some hydrogen peroxide. And then we keep checking how many oxygen bubbles are around the stem and around the roots. You can see there are some already, but that's not enough for me. I want more oxygen. I wanna help that plant. You can see the amount of bubbles here. This is what you want. Now we're going to wait. While my Anthurium Queen of Hearts is minding her own business in my plant ICU, I'm going to answer a few questions which you guys sent me on Instagram. Let's do that. So one of the first questions were, how long have you been a plant person? You might have seen my very first video, how my plant obsession started. But I started collecting bonsai trees when I was in my teenager years. I think, I'm not 100% sure, it's a long time ago. Was 14, 15-ish. And I had so many bonsai trees and I absolutely loved them. But then I moved overseas. I did a few years of like backpacking through Australia and Asia, and of course I couldn't have plants at that time. And then when I came back from Australia, I moved to London. As soon as my boyfriend and I moved together, I needed plants, which, you know, if you've seen around here, it did escalate a little bit. Another question is, if there was only one genus of plants you were allowed to grow for the rest of your life, which one would it be? I know I did a few videos about Anthurium at the moment, but I think it would be the philodendrons. I absolutely love my Rosé Bueno. I love variegated plants, and there's such a big variety of them. I mean, look at my Plomanii, which is another question. What is my favorite houseplant? They change all the time, but for the moment I need to show you. My current favorite houseplant is this Philodendron Plomanii, the variegated version, which variegata, I would say in German. It is stunning, and I have no problems with her. She's so chill. She did not have any pests yet. Touch wood. She is growing in such a fast rate, as you see. She is in a rectangular pot. I'm going to just put another rectangular pot in front of her so she just can grow inside. And then after that, when she has grown roots into the other pot, I just cut her, I just chop her off. And she won't do any fuss, but she is my absolute current favorite. As I said, they change all the time. Rosé is here, like he touching my shoulder. Rosé is big as well, high up on the list there. He's currently growing 2 blooms, so I'm hoping I can collect some pollen. What's your favorite plant tool? I mean, most of the time with pond, I'm just using my hands to repot. Definitely it would be some repotting gloves, since my cactus repot, because I am scared of cacti. I love them. But I'm scared of the spikes. I'm so scared. It's a love-hate relationship. I got some cactus gloves, so I think this would be my favorite plant tool. Then another question was, for someone who has no plant experience, what houseplant should they start with? That always depends on your space and how bright your space is, how warm it is, your climate, the environment your home is in. A super beginner houseplant would be definitely a snake plant. There are so many varieties, like some of them they're super chill. They don't require the brightest of light. They are very drought tolerant. Another really easy plant to start with is Tradescantias, like this one. They have a lot of different variegation. This brings you like a little bit pop of color. There are some purple ones, pink ones. In this case, we have some green and cream variegated ones. They're just like a hanging plant. You don't need a moss pole for it. They are such fast growers. I mean, I got this as a one leaf cutting last year in October. And we have April now. They don't make a fuss really. And this one I grow in like fine pond because the roots are finer. Very easy house plant as well. Somebody asked me what's my wish list plant. I think there is not one single plant which is my wish list plant, but quite high up are a variegated velvet Anthurium, and I really want philodendron caramel marble as well, but not a tiny one. I want a big one. I don't have the space for it, but I really want one. Those are stunning. You're all asking me what's my favorite and my at least favorite houseplant. So you've seen my favorite one, and here you've seen my at least favorite species. I don't like Hoyas. I don't get it. I have Hoyas in my collection because I'm hoping one day I'm going to grow fond of them. Yeah, but it hasn't happened so far. So this one is a Hoya curtisii. It has like those round waxy leaves with some variegation. It's very happy. Yeah, that just, I don't know why. Maybe I don't like mealybugs because they tend to get mealybugs. But then I do have cacti as well, and I love my cacti, even though I'm scared of the spikes. I'm not a Hoya fan. One more question was as well, it's like, when is the next another plant swap? So the next another plant swap is going to be in Bristol, and it's on the 26th of April 2026 at Paintworks. So 1 week from when this video comes out is the next plant swap. I'm super excited to swap plants, to go with 5 plants and come home with 15. What's not to like about that? The last question was, how do you deal with root rot when repotting? The first step we did here. Now I'm going to take you into the kitchen, and then we're going to sterilize the pond, which basically is we boil it and then let it cool down, and then you can reuse it again. It's super easy. So I'm having a pot. I'm literally chuck everything in, some water. We're going to bring it to the boil. Easy. And then we strain it, let it cool down, and then we can reuse it. She's been sitting in her mixture for quite a while, roughly about 10 minutes. So we're taking her out now. We're going to double check the roots if something turned more brownish and mushy, which yes it did here. Cut this bit off as well from the dark brown roots. I think now she's ready for her downsize. We have the same size of cup. I'm going to pot her up into a coarse pond substrate, just because, as you can see, there are way more air gaps in there and air pockets, so hopefully that's enough oxygen for the roots to regrow and her not to fully die on me. Any pond repots, you guys know, they're super fast and they're so easy. I'm going to make sure that I will pot her roots onto the side of the pot so I can monitor the roots without having to take her out all the time. And then we are just going to add some more pond until she is stable. She's all potted up now, and you can see the little root right here. I hope you can. Add a tiny amount of water with some hydrogen peroxide and leave her. She will bounce back, but I definitely keep you updated on that. Anyway, I'm going to use some filtered water and not too much splash of the hydrogen peroxide. Really the tiniest amount. We don't want to see any bubbles in this case. We just want to have a little bit extra oxygen in the water to support the root growth. I definitely keep you updated. That was it about how I'm treating root rot in a pond and semi-hydro setup. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I hope I see you at the next video. Bye!